Good morning, students. Nowadays, we are studying a poem, Keeping Quiet, from your book. Pablo Neruda is the poet of this poem. It is very beautiful poem, and in our previous video, we have done these extracts, and now move ahead and the next extract. So, those who prepare green wars, wars with gas, wars with fire, victory with no survivors, would put on clean clothes and walk about with their brothers in the shade doing nothing. So, the next extract, the poet wants to say that those who prepare green wars, those means those people who prepare, who are preparing or who are working on and who are starting green wars or who are indulging in wars. There are different type of war, the poet mentioned here. The green wars mean the war against the environment, and people are indulging in green wars, the wars against environment, and wars with gas and wars with fire. It means the poet gives a piece of advice to the war wishers or warmongers. They wage war against the environment. They use poisonous gases in war. They use firearms. Okay, so all of them must stop the business of killing. So they were working on, they were indulging in the war. So the poet says to them, victory with no survivors would put on clean clothes and walk about with their brothers in the shade doing nothing. Poet says to them that what is the use of war if nobody will survive after the war, after the end of the war. There will be no survivors. If there were no survivor, there will be no survivor. So what is the use of that war and the people who are indulging in the war? So he says that victory with no survivors, and those people should put on clean clothes. He gave advice to them that put on clean clothes. Clean clothes means stop that war, and wear clean clothes, wear purity, have purity, and they should stop that business of killing others. If they kill everyone, so no one will survive to see their victory. So what is the use of that war? And they must divert their mind and put on good and clean clothes. They should have good behavior to the people. They should do good behave to the people, and behave like the brothers. They should cause all harmful actions, and they should go out for a walk with their brothers under the shady trees. Here shade means, shade is referring here to peace. So they should go to the peace. So in these lines, the poet feels that the whole speculations of war and their destructive qualities would be negated during those moments of silence. Green wars, here green wars refers to environment degradation caused by human activities. Wars with gases, wars with fire, refers to fought with the nuclear war and the bioweapon or the chemical war, etc. And man may get the satisfaction of being victorious, but ironically, war leaves behind no survivors. So the poet says to those human beings who are indulging in war would be cleansed of their dirt from their mind. They would then walk about the other individuals and preach them and took them like a brothers. So amity and brotherhood and harmony should be developed. They would do nothing to harm mankind or the nature. Okay, and the next lines. uh, what I want should not be confused with total inactivity. Life is what it is about. I want no truck with death. If we were not so single-minded about keeping our lives moving, and for once could do nothing, perhaps a huge silence might interrupt this sadness of never understanding ourselves and of threatening ourselves with death. So in the next lines, the poet says that we should behave the other peoples like brothers, and we should go in the peace, and we should go towards the peace. In the shade means towards the peace and doing nothing, and we should not do anything. We should stop our activities, and we should go to the peace and do nothing. And the next line, when he says that do nothing, so he in the next line he said that what I want should not be confused. Here the reader should not be confused when the poet says that doing nothing. He says it many times that stop your activities, stop your mindless activities, stop your whole activities and doing nothing. Keep still, keep quiet for a moment. So he clear here in these lines, he clears here that you should not be confused here with total inactivity, because the poets was saying that do nothing. So here he clarify himself that my inactivity is not about the death. So you should not be confused with total inactivity. Life is what it is about. I want no truck with death. He says that when he is advising for silence, he should not be confused with total inactivity. Doing nothing doesn't lead to total inactivity. Total inactivity means death, and he has no relation, no association with death. He said the no truck with death. Here he says that I want no truck with death. There is no association with death. So his inactivity means no association with death. We should not focus on only one thing, he said. He says that the people should not be confused with the total inactivity, because he's saying doing nothing, do nothing. So there is no meaning of doing nothing means there is no meaning means total inactive, and because the total inactivity means the death. So the poet is saying that doing nothing, it doesn't mean that we should not do any activities, and there is no relation with death. He wants to say we have to think about ourselves. We should think about our continuous rushing life towards the materialistic things, or towards the gaining everything. So he says that stop just a minute, stop for a second and for a moment, and then think about yourself and do introspection. That what are you doing, that is that right or wrong? So think about that. And the next line, if we were not so single-minded about keeping our lives moving, and for once could do nothing, perhaps a huge silence might interrupt in this sadness. And he says that we should not focus on only one thing, keeping our lives moving, because we are going to the single minded. Single minded means we are only we are only indulging the things or indulging the task that we can earn something, or we can survive only, or we can get a lot of things. Mm, we should not go single minded. We should learn to give us rest, and for once doing nothing can be good for us. He says that. So, inactivity. So, in these lines, the poet does not wish to advocate total inactivity or silence, which may be misunderstood as the poet's association with death. So, life continues to remain what we make of it. If we were not so concerned about keeping ourselves or our lives active, that is, doing nothing mindlessly and indulging in wars, environmental degradation, like we prepare, would not lose sight of our goals. Our desire to achieve goals becomes single minded and desperate after that, if it doesn't get if we don't get, so that we lose all perspective. The poet says that silence for a while might alleviate sadness from our lives. He he says that perhaps a huge silence might interrupt this sadness. And what is the sadness? The sadness is, he says that perhaps the huge silence, if we do nothing, and if we stop our activities, and if we keep still and keep quiet for some time, so this huge silence might interrupt, means it can stop this sadness. So which sadness? Never understanding ourselves and threatening ourselves with death. These are the sadness of never understanding ourselves. The people, or we, never understand ourselves. We are going and we are rushing and we are running, only running towards the materialistic world, not understanding ourselves, that where are we going, what type of activities we are doing. These activities are harming ourselves and the nature and everything, the whole earth. And there is threatening ourselves with death. There is a great sadness, a very big sadness, that we the threatening ourselves with death every time. So he says that if we introspect ourselves, so this sadness could be removed. Okay, so this sadness can be removed if we think about our activities, and if we do introspect. Okay, end of all activities does not mean the death, but just a break from the monotony of a stressful life. Okay, the poet is saying that when we are threatening ourselves with death, then a long silence can do good for us. So he says that stop your activities for just a moment, and then think about yourself and your activities and do introspection. Now the last lines. Perhaps the earth can teach us, as when everything seems dead and later proves to be alive. Now I will count up to 12, and you keep quiet and I will go. He says that perhaps earth can teach us when everything seems dead. So earth can teach us. In these lines, the poet wants to say that mankind can learn a lesson from the earth. Life and living never stops on the earth when everything appears to be dead. only one thing remains alive. It is the earth itself. And the alive is earth itself. Now the poet will, and the poet wants to say that mm, feels that we can learn a lesson from earth. It can teach us how silence is productive. It appears calm and quiet, but is actually nurturing life. Things may die but are reborn, and the cycle goes on because the earth brings forth new life. Okay, so the poet appeals to all human beings to make an effort to keep quiet. Okay, he has initiated the state of inactivity, and now it is the human beings who can carry on with this idea while he makes a quiet exit. Okay, like the in winters, you can see everything is dead. Everything when the leaves, there are no leaves on the trees, and everything seems like frozen. But after sometimes you can see the new life in the nature, the flowers on the plant, and leaves on the trees, new leaves on the trees. So perhaps the earth can teach us. We can teach the lesson from the earth. Like earth kept itself quiet in the winter season. The earth keeps itself quiet in the winter season, and in the spring season it can alive, and it seems to be alive. Like this, we can learn a lesson in from our life, that we should keep quiet for some times, and after that, when we do introspection, so our life will be good or better than before. So now he says that I will count up to 12, and you will and you keep quiet, and then I will go, and it is the end of the poem. And now the time of poetic device and Hindi summary. Now look at the poetic devices in the poem. You can see here some poetic devices like war, war with, and war with. Here you can see the W sound is repeating, so alliteration of figure of speech. Alliteration is here. Alliteration and repetition is also here, because the war and war. The war words is repeating here. So it is alliteration and it is repetition too. Okay, and in the next, there are some other poetic devices too, like metaphor is also here, and like in the clean clothes, you can see here clean clothes. So clean clothes has the metaphor because it symbolizes peace and change in one's perspective. So clean clothes, it refers to the peace. So it is metaphor. And in the shade it is also metaphor. So there are two metaphors here, clean clothes and in the shade. In the shade also is the metaphor, because it just as shade protect us from the harsh sun, we will protect and shelter each other as brothers, thus live in peace and harmony. So in the shade means peace and harmony too, and it is also the metaphor. Okay, and then in the next line we can see some other poetic devices. Earth can teach us earth can teach us as when everything seems to be dead. You can see here, as as words is doing here, so simile is also here. perhaps the earth can teach us as when everything seems to. So simile is also here, and the personification is also here. Earth can teach us. Earth is a non-living, and it can teach us. So the poet personified the earth. So personification is also here. So these are some poetic devices in this poem, in these paragraphs. And now, like here we can see some other poetic devices, like the alliteration is also here, the like, we, were, and the s sound, as, so single. So w sound is repeating here, and so single, I mean the s sound is repeating here, so alliteration is also here. Okay, so now the time of Hindi summary. तो पीछे हमने पीछे के एक्सट्रैक्ट्स में ये पढ़ा था कि पोएट जो है वो लोगों से ये अपील करता है कि सब लोग शांत हो जाएं थोड़ी देर के लिए, 12 तक गिने और उसके बाद सब शांत हो जाएं और इंट्रोस्पेक्ट करें, क्योंकि लोग भागे चले जा रहे हैं अपनी ज़िंदगी में, कोई ये नहीं सोच रहा कि वो कहाँ जा रहे हैं। और पोएट ये कहता है कि लोग वॉर्स में लगे हुए हैं, लड़ाई में लगे हुए हैं। वॉर अगेंस्ट, ग्रीन वॉर को का मतलब है कि वॉर अगेंस्ट इन्वायरमेंट, नेचर को डिस्ट्रॉय करने में लगे हुए हैं, केवल अपने छोटे से बेनिफिट के लिए, छोटे से लाभ के लिए नेचर को डिस्ट्रॉय करते हैं, तो ग्रीन वॉर्स में इंडल्ज हैं। वॉर विद गैस एंड वॉर विद फायर, ये सब वॉर्स हैं आजकल, जैसे वॉर न्यूक्लियर वॉर हो जाता है, और केमिकल वॉर, बायो वॉर, सो बायो वेपन बना करके। तो इस तरह से जो लोग हैं वो ये नहीं सोच रहे हैं कि वो क्या कर रहे हैं, अपनी एक्टिविटीज़ उनकी किस दिशा में जा रही हैं, वो कहाँ जा रहे हैं, बस खाली वॉर में लगे हुए, एक दूसरे को मारने काटने, किलिंग का जो ये बिजनेस बना रखा है, इसमें लगे हुए हैं। तो पोएट कहता है कि तुम रुको, सोचो अपने बारे में, तुम कर क्या रहे हो। विक्ट्री विद नो सर्वाइवर, पोएट कहता है कि तुम कैसे इस ऐसे वॉर में लगे हुए हो, ऐसे से तुमने खतरनाक और डेंजरस वेपन तैयार कर रखे हैं, न्यूक्लियर बॉम्ब तैयार कर रखे हैं, और वॉर के लिए तैयार हो रहे हो, और ये नहीं सोच रहे हो कि तुम जीतना चाहते हो, विक्ट्री चाहते हो, लेकिन विक्ट्री कब कैसे होगी, इफ़ देयर वर नो सर्वाइवर, देयर इज़ नो सर्वाइवर, यदि कोई बचेगा ही नहीं, इस वॉर में कोई नहीं बचेगा, इस तरह के वेपन यूज होंगे तो कोई बचेगा ही नहीं। अब इन्वायरमेंट को ही समाप्त कर दोगे तो कोई नहीं बचेगा। और जो न्यूक्लियर वॉर है, अगर वो शुरू हो जाता है तो कोई नहीं बचेगा। तो जब कोई बचेगा ही नहीं तो उस विक्ट्री का करोगे क्या, उस जीत का जश्न कैसे मनाओगे जब कोई बचेगा ही नहीं। तो इसलिए पोएट कहता है कि आप इस तरह के कार्यों में अपने आप को रोकें और सोचें इस पर, और पुट ऑन क्लीन क्लोथ्स, और साफ़ कपड़े पहने, माने अपने जो आपके माइंड में जो गंदगी जमी हुई है उसको साफ़ करें, और क्लीन क्लोथ्स पहने, मतलब पीस को अडॉप्ट करें, और अपने पर्सपेक्टिव में, अपने माइंड, अपनी थिंकिंग में चेंज लाएं, और अपने ब्रदर्स और जितने भी लोग हैं उन सबको अपना भाई माने, और ब्रदरहुड की भावना को बढ़ाएं, और फिर इन द शेड, पीस में, शांति में जा कर के बैठ जाएं, डूइंग नथिंग, और कुछ ना करें, चुप बैठें, थोड़ी देर सोचें कि व्हाट आर यू डूइंग, आप कर क्या रहे हैं, आप किस दिशा की ओर जा रहे हैं। इंट्रोस्पेक्शन करें, आत्ममूल्यांकन करें अपना कि आप कर क्या रहे हैं। और फिर यहाँ पर इस डूइंग नथिंग से कोई कन्फ्यूजन पैदा ना हो जाए, तो इसको नेक्स्ट लाइन्स में पोएट क्लियर करता है। पोएट कहता है डूइंग नथिंग से मेरा मतलब ये नहीं कि आप टोटल इनएक्टिव हो जाओ, ये कन्फ्यूज नहीं होना है, क्योंकि टोटल इनएक्टिव का मतलब होता है डेथ। टोटल इनएक्टिव का मतलब डेथ होता है। तो वो कहता है कि मैं डेथ के साथ कोई एसोसिएशन नहीं रखना चाहता हूँ, कोई रिलेशन नहीं, कोई एसोसिएशन नहीं डेथ के साथ। अर्थात मेरा डूइंग नथिंग कहने का मतलब टोटल इनएक्टिविटी नहीं है, यहाँ पर कंफ्यूज मत होना। लाइफ के लिए थोड़ी देर के लिए रुकना है, थोड़ी देर के लिए अपनी आउटर एक्टिविटीज़ को रोक करके अपने आप को इंट्रोस्पेक्ट करना है, अपने आप को अंदर से सोचना है कि आप क्या कर रहे हो। टोटल इनएक्टिविटी नहीं, बल्कि आगे की एक्टिविटीज़ के लिए अपने आप को प्रिपेयर करना है और अपने चीज़ों को दोबारा से मूल्यांकन करना है कि आप क्या कर रहे हो। फिर वो कहता है कि सिंगल माइंडेडली लोग चल रहे हैं, केवल एक ही ध्यान है सब लोगों का कि मैं क्या कमाऊं, क्या खाऊं, क्या अपने पास अचीव कर लूं, कितनी सारी चीज़ें अपने पास जोड़ लूं। मैटेरियलिस्टिक वर्ल्ड में लोग दौड़े चले जा रहे हैं केवल एक ही दिशा में, केवल एक ही सोच लेकर के कि ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा गेनिंग करना है, ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा गेनिंग करना है। तो इस तरह से न जाएं और थोड़ी देर रुकें और अपनी मूविंग को थोड़ी देर रोकें और थोड़ी देर रुकें। वंस कुड डू नथिंग, कुछ देर के लिए कुछ ना करें, सोचें। और वो कहता है कि अगर आप ऐसा कर लेते हो तो एक ह्यूज साइलेंस क्रिएट होगा, और वो जो साइलेंस क्रिएट होगा वो हमें इस सैडनेस से मुक्ति दिलाएगा। ये जो सैडनेस है, ये जो ह्यूज साइलेंस क्रिएट होगा, ये इस सैडनेस को हटा देगा। कौन सी सैडनेस? नेवर अंडरस्टैंडिंग अवर सेल्फ, क्योंकि हम अपने आप को समझते ही नहीं, अपने आप को न समझने की सैडनेस। और थ्रेटनिंग अवर सेल्फ विद डेथ, व्यक्ति हमेशा डरा हुआ रहता है, मृत्यु से भय खाता है, मरने का डर उसे होता है, इसीलिए वो अपने पास ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा चीज़ें इकट्ठा करना चाहता है, ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा चीज़ जोड़ना चाहता है। वो सोचता है कि मेरे पास कभी चीज़ों की कमी ना पड़ जाए और मैं मर ना जाऊं, इसीलिए वो ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा सुविधाएं अपने पास जोड़ने के लिए भागता रहता है और दूसरे को मारता है। उसको अगर खतरा लगता है कि इससे मुझे खतरा है तो मैं इसको मिटा दूँ और अपने आप रूल करूं पर, और ये सारी चीज़ वो तब सोचता है जब उसको डेथ का डर होता है। तो अपने आप को ना समझने की से जो सैडनेस पैदा होती है, जो दुख पैदा होता है, और जो डेथ के कारण, डेथ के डर के कारण जो दुख पैदा होता है, उस दुख को दूर किया जा सकता है किससे? उस ह्यूज साइलेंस। जब हम शांत होंगे और हम थोड़ी देर के लिए सोचेंगे कि हम कर क्या रहे हैं, तब ये सारी चीज़ समाप्त हो जाएंगी। दूसरी चीज़, लास्ट लाइन, ये जो 3 लाइन्स हैं यहाँ पर, ये बहुत ही इम्पोर्टेंट। ये यहाँ पर एग्जाम्पल है कि हम अर्थ से सीख सकते हैं, धरती से सीख सकते हैं। जिस तरह से धरती भी इंट्रोस्पेक्ट करती है, इंट्रोस्पेक्शन करती है धरती, इसीलिए वो अलाइव होती है और इसीलिए धरती कभी मरती नहीं। क्यों? क्योंकि अर्थ, आपने देखा होगा विंटर सीजन में सब कुछ फ्रोजन नज़र आता है, पेड़ों की पत्तियां झड़ जाती हैं, फूल गिर जाते हैं और कुछ भी नहीं बचता, चारों तरफ बिल्कुल सूखा सूखा नज़र आता है, बर्फ़ पड़ जाती है, सब कुछ ऐसा लगता है सब कुछ जम गया है और सब कुछ डेड नज़र आता है। लेकिन जैसे स्प्रिंग सीजन आता है, आपने देखा होगा फिर एक नई लाइफ आ जाती है, पौधों पर फूल नज़र आ जाते हैं और पेड़ों में पत्तियां, जिन पेड़ों की पत्तियां गिर गई हैं उनमें पत्तियां आ जाती हैं और एक नया उत्साह पूरी इन्वायरमेंट, पूरी अर्थ, पूरी नेचर में आ जाता है। तो उसी तरह से यदि हम भी इंट्रोस्पेक्ट करें, हम भी थोड़ी देर के लिए चुप होकर के सोचें, तो हमारी जो नेक्स्ट लाइफ होगी, आगे की लाइफ होगी, वो और बेहतरीन होगी। इसीलिए पोएट कहता है कि 12 तक मैं गिनूंगा और आप अब शांत होंगे और फिर मैं तो जा रहा हूँ, लेकिन आप इंट्रोस्पेक्ट करें, सोचें अपने बारे में, ठीक, आत्मनिरीक्षण करें, आत्ममूल्यांकन करें। Okay, so it is the end of this poem, and now I will give you homework. So these are 4 questions in your book, and you will do these 4 questions, write the answer of these 4 questions and send me. Okay, so it is the end of this poem, Keeping Quiet, written by Pablo Neruda. So beautiful poem, so interesting poem. Okay, thank you.